How's it going, guys? With Apocalypse now available with the new trait required restrictions, a lot of people get in here and they're finding maybe some of the characters they brought in are lacking with what they need to get through these nodes. So I'm going to share with you the team that I used and share with you a substitution that I think is okay to make, but maybe not the best, even if your characters are bigger. So let's just jump into the first node right away. And this is the team I used. I used Morgan Le Fay, Vol, Deathpool, Doom, and Dormammu. There's a lot that's going on with this team that makes it function really well. Now, you might have noticed I have Robbie and I have Noir built really high. The first person I would replace on this team is not Doom or Dorm. It's actually Deathpool would be the first one that I remove. This ability block that goes on Vol, it's not my favorite thing in the world. I would have much preferred it to go on Dorm or to go on the Deathpool, but it's fine. We'll try and make do without having the first expose. So go ahead and I'll spread this. Again, if Vol didn't get it, I would have spread the ability block here, which would have been fantastic. I will use the Dorm stun. I'm just going to throw it on Spider-Punk here. We're just dealing with this right side first. And then you can see the reason I really like Dorm here is kind of coming evident already, right? That revive is kind of a safety blanket. But we have another safety blanket with the Doom ultimate. So he's gonna ult here. That brings us for a nice ride, which is gonna be great. I'm not gonna use the ultimate though, or the special rather. I do use the ultimate because it heals me. I don't use the special because I want those Doom bots to be up because they act as kind of cannon fodder for the enemy team. So I get the first expose up with Vol. We'll hit into it, and then we'll hit into it one more time. And now Vol's ultimate is ready. Now this is gonna be really impactful. You might think, hey, it's time to blow that Vol ultimate. Not quite. Dorm is a safety blanket, Doom ultimate is a safety blanket, and now Vol ult is also a safety blanket. So if we happen to lose anybody, even through the Dorm revives, then I have another method to bring them back up. All right, there I was attacking the wrong character there. That's fine. Let's go ahead and throw an ability block onto the Black Bolts. We could also have thrown that onto the Cloak. But as you see, Vol damage is just insane here. Now, I guess we should talk about the size of my team as well real quick. The size of the team is actually exactly what it should be, right? I have level 90, gear tier 17 on every character except for Vol. I have Vol at gear tier 18, level 95, because I just used her in Dark Dimension 7. And I strongly suggest people still consider Vol for Dark Dimensions, so I think this is not going to be outside of the norm. But if you're doing the proper leveling scheme and your Vol's only level 90 because your account level is only level 90, gear tier 17, this is still going to work. It's probably just not going to be as pretty, if you will. All right, so let's keep going. We'll just do the basic here. You could do the rewind with Morgan, but throughout this entire saga, make sure your team has speed up before you do the special from Morgan. So you see the Dorm has slow, the Deathpool has slow. If I were to use the special from Morgan here, it's really bad because the way Morgan normally works is she actually gives her Darkhold members speed up. Because we're not using the Darkhold team, that ability is actually kind of a bad news against you here. So we're nearing the end of the node. I could throw Caution to the Wind and ult real quick if I wanted to. If you have an oversized Vol like I do, that's going to completely annihilate the wave. So let me not do that just to sort of show what it would be like if you didn't have that as your case. Here we go. Just keep using the basic here. What we're trying to get to is that Dormammu ultimate. If we can get to that Dormammu ultimate, then we're going to be scot-free. If Black Bolt gets a kill there, it's over, right? But he didn't get the kill. That's very important. We're just going to use the basic here. Even with the slow, Dormammu's got to be taking a turn eventually. Now, if I use the ultimate in this case, it's going to also give me a bunch of buffs. 2 deflects, 2 evades deathproof, 2 odd Bifrost, and hero allies. So that'll protect my death pool in a really big way. So this is a good time to go ahead and throw this up if I wanted to. We see at the top of the bill there, 8 out of 18 enemies remaining. There's exactly 8 enemies left. We'll let this fly now. You see the enemy wave gets absolutely destroyed. And now Dorm is going to ult. That's going to give speed up, offense up to my team, which is great. And then it's just kind of playing cleanup from here, right? So this is just the first node. This one, you kind of just get through it on your safety precautions like we were just talking about. There's a couple other nodes that are a little bit more difficult, though. So let's go head over and check the second node, if you will. All right. And make no mistake, I didn't get these automatic when we first came in here. This node is actually the easiest of the nodes. I'm just going to get in and show you how to set it up with this team. Because once it gets rolling, it just gets rolling. The same thing we did in the last node, right? We're going to hold off on using that Doom special. Hold off on the Morgan special unless people have speed up. Hold off on that ultimate from Vol unless we absolutely need it. The most important thing to do is just use the Vol special here, targeting the Squirrel Girl. Because if you push anybody, then she's going to special and clear it. But if we put it on her, she can't. And then we Death Pool spread it. And then from here, it's pretty simple. We didn't, we did get a spread to Kate, so there you go. And then we can go ahead and spread it even further over to the Echo up there. And so the enemy team now is covered in debuffs, and I'm not really concerned about anything. This node is quite easy. So I'm going to leave this one to you guys to hack out. This one, I don't think Dorm or Doom are needed, but still, I like that kind of safety precaution that they bring in. So let's head on over to node number 3 now. Soon as it ends. Alrighty. Heading on over to node number 3. This is a somewhat interesting team because they do have a speed advantage on our team, which they also didn't in the full Darkhold team, I believe. I believe the Morgan was able to go first, and through her, the rest of her team was able to get ahead. Oh, I said this wrong. We have the speed advantage because of Morgan. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. Let's do a redo. There's one node where we don't have the speed advantage. Oh, it's the Rogue node. It's the final node. Okay. Do. All right, heading into node 3. This is a very simple node. There's lots of Mystic characters, so it gets your Morgan to go first, and then your other characters are able to snowball based off that. So this is another kind of non-difficult node. I don't think Dorm or Doom are necessary for this one, because what happens here is we flip the buffs on the Red Guardian. We actually end up rewinding the right side, and then from there we can start putting in the damage. So I like to go right for the Dad Bros right away. I think they're pretty dangerous. We'll then spread the ability block over. You could have actually, you know what? You probably should have put the expose on the Voodoo because he's going to gain stacks of death proof. So you would have a longer time to hit into this expose for your Vol just to keep getting more and more energy. As it is right now, I'm going to get through this quite quickly, right? All right, let's just go ahead. I'm going to throw the ult because this node, I just want to show you, it's not really that difficult once you get it going. It's just not, because once our Doom ults, it's going to be pretty much over from there. Let's go ahead and take out the Voodoo next. Dodge from Vol is really nice. We can ult with Thorn. That's going to give offense up to our characters, which is nice. And then we'll Doom ultimate. I'm going to go ahead and just throw everything at the Ghost Rider so Doom doesn't get beat up by the Ghost Rider passive. I'll use a stronger character to take that beating so Vol can come in over here, get that done. And as you can see, like, we're just snowballing at this point. We have so many buffs. We do have speed up on basically all of our characters right now. So the next time Morgan has her special available, I'll be ready to use it. And we'll just get further and further ahead. They all have 0 speed bar right now, so there's no point. We'll avoid hitting the Greg, and as you can see here, quite an easy map once we get that snowball going, right? So let's head on over to node number 4. I believe node number 5, the final node, is the interesting one, where I think Vol shines the brightest, which is really nice. All right, so node number 4, this one I think is similar to node number 1 the most, where we're kind of, we're playing safety net, where we're waiting for the Dorm ult to save us, we're waiting for the Doom ultimate to take us for a good ride, and we're holding that Vol ultimate to get it done. So I immediately put the ability block on top of the Morgan Le Fay. No, it's not Morgan Le Fay, the Madeline Pryor. I'll spread that ability block to her other Marauder members. And then I'm actually going to go up here and I'm going to stun the Silver Samurai. Now from here, this is a bigger node, so we do want to hold off on some of our abilities to make sure we're ready for future waves that are going to come in. And we don't want to hit the Marauder enemies. That's going to get our Doombots killed. Alright, from here, I'm going to go ahead. I could rewind them because we have slow on at least the Sabertooth, or I could just finish this up. Let's just finish this up here. And we'll start turning our attention to the top 3. Oops, I meant to put that on the Lady Deathstrike. That's okay. We get back onto the Lady Deathstrike. We'll save that ultimate. That's going to be an ultimate that we'd like to save. We'll use the Doom ultimate here. We'll get those dodges and death proofs off Lady Deathstrike. Same thing with Mystique here. And then we're just going to save our Doom bots once again because they can help our Val get her ultimate up super quickly or re-get her special. And they can also take hits for us, which is also very nice. So we'll save that Val ultimate, get our energy back into our special. And you see we're doing a really good job just kind of maintaining control of this node the entire time. Alright, so let's see. Who do we have speed up on? We have speed up on Vol. We have speed up on Doom. I do see that the enemy Silver Samurai looks like he's about to take a turn. Same with the enemy Strafe because he just spawned in and they get speed bar on spawn. So this is a great time to use the Morgan Le Fay special. Rewind them back to 0 because they are innately slow characters, so now we get to take advantage of that. And then we'll start beating back into this Jubilee. Make sure we do not use our Doom special when Jubilee is on the field because she's going to get speed bar if we were to do that. So we'll take the Jubilee out as fast as we can. Dorm ultimate is the perfect way to get that done. And then from here, I mean, it's just easy from here, right? We still have at our disposal the Vol ultimate to protect us. We have so many Doom bots on the field that are going to just be beating into the enemy, especially into the enemy exposed, to get our Vol her stuff even faster. And then from here, it's just a quick win. So just another great example of how this team can control everything until the very last second. And I'll tell you what, we can go ahead and we can try and remove stuff from the Baron Zemo and get an ability block on him. Not quite. Last wave, we got offense up on Vol. I'll throw the ultimate, and I'll leave it to your imagination. From here, we can kind of just start snowballing our way to victory. So let's move on over to that last node. The last node, I think, is where we can see maybe the best benefit for taking Deathpool out. The reason I'm still kind of stubborn with Deathpool is because she is that Scopely original character, right? And if we take Deathpool out, then we got to build up a different character. So she kind of just shoehorns her way in, and Doom and Dorm, I really like the safety they provide. But Robbie Reyes is really good on this node to make it much easier. And the reason for that is simply the Rogue on the very beginning of this node. Rogue and Vol both have a speed of 127. So you see here, the Rogue went first. Now I can just keep resetting it until my Vol goes first. I can ability block the enemy Rogue. And from there, we treat it just like all the other nodes. You know, nodes 1, 2, and the one we just saw 4. Where we get ourselves ahead and we just stay ahead, but we keep our safety cooldowns to make sure we can get through it. Now, if you have Robbie Reyes here, Robbie Reyes actually has 128 speed and an ability block as well turn 1, so he can actually get ahead of that Rogue and he can put an ability block on her every single time, 100% of the time, and so that's a good substitution. Noir here, like, he's a good blunt weapon in this saga. I think there's obvious reasons that you would want to bring him. Spider Society team, amazing Crucible, really good in war, especially in the current season. But he doesn't give you any control. He's all damage. Doom and Dorm give you lots of control and lots of sustain. So that's why I kind of prefer my 5-man team here. But I'd be interested to know how you guys are doing. Eventually, we're going to get to go before her. It's a coin flip. How you guys are handling the Morgan Le Fay, the Pestilence Saga aspect of this. I will be doing all these videos. We're going to do the War one next. I think people are struggling the most on that one, on Node 4 in particular. So we're going to jump over to that one and take a look. Hopefully we don't have to do this for too long. Come on, Rogue. Give me my turn. When's my turn? Alrighty. It's a good thing that there's no daily attempts on this. For the record, even if Rogue goes first with this team, because we have all that safety and sustain, we could still pull it off just beating through the Rogue. I think I did that the first time. It's an unnecessary backstep right away. So we'll try and get the go-ahead here. Oh, the game is trolling me. Morgan didn't get ability block there, so that would have been a good one to keep. Alrighty, I guess we're going to do the magic editing, and I'll let you know how many more times I had to do this before my Vol finally got to go first. Maybe no editing. Maybe it'll be this one. Let's go. Oh, it is this one. God dang it, Scopely. All right, so we go ahead. We ability block the enemy rogue. And then from here, we start treating it like the other nodes, taking out the priority target, which is, of course, going to be our Gambit here. We don't want him pinging away, especially because it looks like he really does not like our Dormammu. Our Dormammu does have kind of the lowest life here. He gets it back a little bit there because he is Mystic. Now I can stun the enemy Gambit to stop all that damage. I could have stunned the enemy Wong to get rid of the taunt threat. I could have stunned the enemy Captain Sam to stop him from doing his ultimate, which is also going to give speed to the enemy. So there's lots of things I could have done here and didn't. Alright, so turns are being taken. Like Captain Sam is going to go next. That's going to give my Doom speed bar, which is great. So we still have all of our revives. Doom is now going for the ride. Dorm is unfortunately being targeted, so we got to get over to that Gambit as quickly as possible. Let's go ahead. I'm going to throw the ultimate here just to try and do as much damage to the Gambit as possible. And then Deathpool is going to come in. And finally, Vol will finish it up. And we're going to save all our Vol cooldowns because there is no reason to use anything yet. Then we're going to have just a couple more people. I don't really want to do the Vol special here, but I will. Let's get an ability block on that Fury. Let's go ahead and take him out. And it looks like, yeah, the next enemies are dropping right into a Dorm ultimate, which is going to offense up my Vol, allowing her to then use her ultimate, devastating this second final wave, and from there we can then finish it up. I actually forget what the final wave is. Maybe I should have saved that Vol ultimate, but we have speed up on everybody, so when Morgan takes her turn, I could go ahead and rewind any speed bar they got, which is very little, but I'll do it anyway. There we go. And then we get to do all of our damage. Good stuff. There goes Adam Warlock. His first life is now gone. Yeah, this final wave is not difficult at all. So there you go, guys. So that'll be Morgan Le Fay. Look forward to the Red Hulk one coming next. I know a lot of people are struggling on that Node 4. I think this is going to be an uncomfortable truth we all have to accept for that one. But for now, I hope you guys are really enjoying your Apocalypse Chase. These sagas are infinitely more enjoyable now that we don't have to build the Horseman teams. The only downside is if you do this all in one shot, it's like a 3-hour thing to get the fully developed Apocalypse, but it's worth it. He's a great character. I'm already enjoying him crazy. He helped me unlock Skrull right away. Helped me get the big boy Skrull very, very quickly. So that's great. Look forward to some Dark Dimension 6 videos for mid-game players coming out as well. All right, guys. That's it for now. Stay happy, all day, have fun. See you next time. Bye-bye. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.